What if the bravest hero you ever met wasn't brave at all? What if he cried and hid and begged for a safe little cage right up until the one moment everyone else ran away? That's the twist waiting for you in today's poem. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're exploring a wonderfully funny rhyming poem from your CBSE English textbook called The Tale of Custard the Dragon, written by the poet Ogden Nash. This is a ballad, which simply means a poem that tells a story, usually with rhyme and rhythm, almost like a song. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to love this poem, understand every twist in it, and be fully ready for your exams too. So let's step into this story. There once lived a little girl named Belinda in a little white house. But Belinda wasn't alone. She had quite an unusual little family of pets around her. There was a little black kitten named Ink, a little gray mouse named Blink, and a little yellow dog who was clever and sharp, so she named him Mustard. And then there was one more pet, the most unusual one of all, a real, actual, honest-to-goodness baby dragon. Now here's the interesting part. You'd expect a dragon to have a fierce, terrifying name, right? Something like Blaze or Thunder. But this dragon was different. He was such a coward that Belinda gave him the most unthreatening name imaginable: Custard. Let's take a moment to actually picture this dragon, because the poet describes him in incredible detail. Custard had enormous, sharp teeth, spikes running along his back, tough scales underneath, a mouth that looked like a blazing fireplace, a nose shaped like a chimney, and on his toes, real, true daggers. In short, on the outside, Custard looked like the most dangerous creature you could ever imagine. But here's where the poem becomes truly funny. Despite looking like an absolute monster, Custard was, deep down, the biggest coward of them all. Belinda herself was as brave as, and I love this comparison, a barrel full of bears. Ink and Blink, the tiny kitten and tiny mouse, were so fearless they would chase lions down the stairs. Mustard, the dog, was as brave as an angry tiger. And Custard, the dragon with teeth, spikes, and daggers, he just cried and cried for a nice, safe cage. Isn't that hilarious? The poet is playing a clever trick on us here. He builds up this terrifying image of a dragon and then completely flips it by making him the most frightened creature in the entire household. Naturally, everyone found this endlessly amusing. Belinda would tickle him without any mercy. Ink, Blink, and Mustard would tease him, rudely calling him Percival instead of his real name, and mockingly asking about his age. They would all pile into their little red wagon, laughing together at their cowardly little dragon. But wait, the story is about to take a dramatic turn. One day, out of nowhere, they heard a nasty, frightening sound. Everyone froze and looked around in alarm. And there, climbing straight through the window, was a pirate. Picture this pirate for a second. A pistol gripped in his left hand, another pistol in his right hand, a sharp, gleaming cutlass held tightly between his teeth, a thick black beard, and most fearsome of all, one leg made entirely of wood. This was clearly someone who meant serious trouble. So what happened next? This is the part you absolutely must remember for your exams, because it completely reveals the true meaning of the poem. Belinda turned pale with fear and cried out for help. But what about her supposedly brave pets? Mustard, the dog who was as brave as a tiger, fled away with a terrified yelp. Ink, the fearless kitten who chased lions, quietly trickled away and hid at the bottom of the house. And little Blink, the brave mouse, he cleverly and quietly slipped into his mouse hole. Every single one of them, the ones who bragged about their courage, completely disappeared the moment real danger arrived. So who was left to face the dangerous pirate? Custard, the same dragon who cried for a safe cage, the same coward who was teased and laughed at every single day. He jumped up, snorting like a roaring engine, his tail clashing like iron chains in a dungeon. And then with a tremendous clatter and a fierce, jangling squirm, he charged straight at the pirate, just like a robin swooping down on a helpless worm. The pirate stared at this dragon in complete shock. He nervously gulped down a drink from his pocket flask, trying to steady his nerves. He fired his pistols twice, but both bullets completely missed their target. And then, without any hesitation, Custard gobbled up the pirate, every single bit of him. Just like that, the danger was gone. Everyone rushed back. Belinda hugged Custard tightly. Mustard affectionately licked him. Ink and Blink danced happily in circles around their dragon hero. Nobody, not even for a moment, felt sorry for the pirate. But now here's the most beautiful, thoughtful part of this entire poem. You'd expect Mustard, Ink, and Blink to feel embarrassed about running away, right? But instead, they proudly claimed they would have been even braver if only they hadn't been so startled and flustered in that sudden moment. And what did Custard say? He simply, humbly agreed that everyone else was braver than him. Isn't that just beautifully ironic? The one who actually saved everyone, the true hero of the entire story, still believed right till the very end that he was the biggest coward of them all. And so life returns back to normal. Belinda still lives happily in her little white house, surrounded by her kitten, her mouse, her dog, and her dragon. And the final lines repeat exactly what we heard at the beginning. Everyone is still brave in their usual boastful way, and Custard still keeps crying for his nice, safe cage. So what is this poem really trying to teach us? It's teaching us something incredibly important about real courage. True bravery doesn't always look loud, confident, or boastful. Sometimes real heroes are quiet, humble, and even scared, right up until the exact moment when they're truly needed the most. Remember this for your exams. The main poetic device used throughout this poem is a simile, comparisons using like or as, such as brave as a barrel full of bears, or clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon. This poem is also written in a lighthearted, playful, humorous tone, filled with rhyme, rhythm, and delightful exaggeration, making it a perfect example of a ballad. And that's the beautiful story of the tale of Custard the Dragon. I hope this explanation helped you understand the poem in the easiest and most interesting way possible. If it did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your classmates and friends because it might help them before their exams too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.